Okay. Yeah, I think that should just about do it. All right, welcome to the post-show stream where everything is awful because oh boy howdy, what a fucking time that was. Let's talk to the people and yep.
But you did it though.
I returned.
Yeah, I know. I'm gross.
All right.
You gross
Contraptions
mother.
up. We can.
Yeah, but you guys know that for some reason I can't actually raid to Warren. Like he's the only person that I can't raid to.
Why? I don't understand.
So dumb.
I have no idea.
Didn't you? But we did
But
it
this
last
happens
time.
every time.
I'm not gonna be.
Did we not do it last time? I thought we did. I thought we managed it somehow.
I feel like we get
Oh,
there
we didn't.
eventually. It just takes Lane like 7 tries.
It's not wrong.
I won't be coming over to Contraption tonight, but I'll be in the chat for sure. I just my lovely Selma made really good food, and I just want to throw it down my face. So
Oh man,
I won't
Delicious.
be
Shout out to
there.
Selma.
Selma made dal from scratch, so I was gonna eat that.
What the fuck? I can like. You don't even pop up when I go to raid channel.
I don't know. Ooh, I can do the thing now. Oh, because of stuff I've figured out. I can put you guys on the actual screen, which is nice.
Oh, that's
Hey.
exciting.
Okay, we got it. Okay,
Okay,
starting
I
raid.
don't
We
want
did it,
to plan
we
for
did it,
me.
we did it.
Okay, let me...
Okay.
Good night. Love
Night.
you.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye. Rady.
Is it not working?
Turn off the...
Oh, it's not.
Oh my god! I literally clicked on him though. Like it went away now. I did it, and now it's gone. Okay, we're back. Okay, start raid.
What?
Something went wrong. Try running that quick action again later.
Okay, that's...
Okay, well here everything's all scuffed.
Can I like save you?
Everything's all scuffed.
Can I save you? Are you worth saving?
Okay, we're going to this screen. We're going to this screen because
Clearly the little girl wasn't.
I mean, that's to
Fucking
be debated.
yikes.
Listen.
okay. I think it's gonna work this time. It did not work. It did not work this time.
Holy Moses.
How did we do it last time? I don't understand.
Dude, it worked last time. I just tried it 8 times. But if I put in your name, then you pop up, and then it says you're just chatting. So then I hit start raid, and it tells me something went wrong. Can you just link us in the chat, and we can manual raid?
Yeah, and I can do that. I can do that. Hold on.
Oy, oy, oy.
Oy vey.
I don't
Man, I don't think it'll work if he does it. There.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. All right. Okay, now I'm going to end my
You got
stream.
him.
Okay, all right.
Go there, everyone.
It happened
Raid.
Happened the first
there,
time.
go
I don't know
there.
why it won't work this other time. It just seems like a weird thing.
Wait.
All right, and because of
Wait.
troubleshooting, I
Slash
did.
raid?
Did you not slash raid?
No, how do you do slash raid?
Oh, like the same way you would host someone.
You already have a raid in progress. Okay, it's garbage. Click the link. Click the link. I'm out. Love you.
Shout out to Twitch. We love Twitch, just like we love Discord.
All right, I think I fixed it. And by fixed it, I mean I closed my stream. Hey, everybody.
Hi. So I just kind of threw this together just because the current screen that we're on, because I figured out kind of how to put Discord on the stream. So it's not ideal, but people can see you.
Look at me.
Nice.
Look at me. It's
It
me.
is nice to be seen.
It is nice to be seen.
Speaking of being seen, I'm gonna turn off my camera because I don't want to be seen.
All right, that's fine.
You fucking coward.
That's fair. I guess I'll just move
Yeah.
my face over here then.
What a coward.
I'm
Wow.
sorry. I'm tired and I don't want to be looked at.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine. I just thought people would like it more if they could see everyone in.
Don't look at me.
Ah. Oh God.
Chat, hit us with those questions.
Oh man.
Yeah, so
I don't think my brain. I don't think I was mentally emotionally prepared for tonight. I feel like I was like a step behind the whole night.
Dude, same here.
Yeah, we were like walking on eggshells that whole time just because we knew bad stuff was gonna happen, and then it did.
Yep.
But we still like, even though we were so careful, we couldn't stop it.
I mean, I just.
Oh, that's not true. You guys fixed a lot of problems that would have been way worse had you have fucked up.
Like the
true.
slime, the ooze.
Like the slime, like the rat trap. I mean, the not the rat trap, a different trap. Any trap but that.
Was that the one on the
door?
stairs, the rat trap?
Yep. The door. You guys did not fuck yourselves on the door. Like, there's a lot of stuff that could have really messed you up.
Cool.
Chose not to hit the door with my hammer.
That was a good call. That would have been some force damage for sure.
Man. I just, when you said she like rushed over and like started grabbing my face and like biting me and stuff, I'm like, do I scream? Do I panic? Do I try and reason with her? Like, I don't know. Like, Puck's brain just went into lock mode where he's just kind of like, and then it's just like error 404.
That's fair. She a bad bitch.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Alex One Stan hits us with the favorite moment of the night.
Why is everyone sucking Puck's blood? That's
He's got good blood. To
Listen,
be
Puck's got good.
Are we sure that Talon's the royal? Because everyone seems to be after my blood right now.
fair. Maybe you're also royal.
And they'll never be royals.
You could call him Queen
Just
Bee.
like that. Maybe you're Lord.
I don't know.
My favorite moment of the night was certainly the last one, which was Puck playing the lyre for Ariel. That was super beautiful, and it's a shame that she's an evil monster because it was really nice.
It was a really sweet moment.
Was just thinking like, what the fuck do I do? Because Puck is like so unprepared for this kind of thing, and then I was just kind of like, you know what? Music always calmed him. Maybe he could do like a music therapy sort of thing and just be patient. And then I was like, this is what I can do to help, and it didn't go the way I hoped.
Like, I want to be completely transparent with this one. There's no way you could have fixed her. She's a weapon of war, literally designed to lure people in and then eat their faces. It's what she's designed to do.
Yeah, and I think we all kind of knew that. It's a big cage. There's these huge, like, we're like, where's the big monster? And it's just some little girl in a cage. Like, I could feel it, but I feel like the one thing that this adventuring party has that not many others do, at least ones that I've been a part of, is like our willingness to just like accept that we're about to go walk into super danger on the off chance that we can save someone or do something without hurting people. Like, we're willing to walk in and go like, okay, if it's a bomb, let it get set off, if it means not throwing the first punch.
Which is pretty great, to be honest.
It's cool.
Like, it's pretty great.
We're the Hero Academia of D&D right now, is what we are.
Yeah, it makes us feel like really morally good, which I think a lot of adventuring parties don't have, which is cool. It also makes us like feel really stupid, which is so hard.
That's every protagonist in everything ever is like, I'm gonna try to do the right thing. I guess that fucked me over. Shit.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I was just kind of like, I knew something was up. I knew something was going to be wrong, but it's just like it really is what you say, Logan, where it's just like, I know this is probably going to be awful. Like, I'm probably going to like halfway die at minimum, but I have to like still do this.
But you have to, yeah. And
like the weird thing is, like when we were looking at all the treasure and stuff, and Victor was talking about giving the gold to the orcs, Warren, like normal roleplay Warren was like, what? No, we keep all that for ourselves. And I'm like, oh no, wait, no, Puck would definitely like want to
Puck's
like
all
share.
about that sharing is
Yeah,
caring.
so I just kind of like, oh man, yeah, this is weird.
Yeah, I feel I don't know. I think the only one I'm questionable about is Harold, but I think at least the three of us don't really have any goals monetarily. Like we don't really care about money. Um, and so like I see a hoarded treasure and just go like, I don't give a shit. Give that to someone who needs it.
I mean, I think at some point we're gonna need someone to come into the party's life and be just like, dude, you guys are how rich? Fucking buy yourself some upgrades. Invest in some plate armor or
Yeah.
something. Like, what the hell?
Or like literally someone's gonna have to go like, no, please take our money. We want you to have it so that you can buy nice things for yourself.
You saved my
Look.
daughter's life. Please take my money.
Look, Harold got his rubies. That's what he was most invested in about coming down here, was looking for gems. He got his rubies. He's happy.
I
I
need to tell you guys something because I don't want everyone to be sad. There is hope yet for this dungeon for you to save someone. That is all I'm saying. I am done.
it's the dog.
Yeah. The whole chat was just kind of like, I think at one point the chat was talking about Harold getting a puppy, and then they're like, oh no, wait, no, Puck gets the puppy. Confirmed. And it's the fucking deaf dog.
Dude,
What?
literally we can't escape this fate that is our like dopey big boys getting dogs. we're almost 2 for 2 there.
Oh man, I don't know. I think I was nervous going into this dungeon, just like in general. It's just kind of like, oh, I have so many questionable feelings about what the hell we're gonna find down here. And then right around necrotic charming a deaf dog, I was like, yeah, no, I'm not prepared for this at all. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Because like the minute the dog was just kind of like obedient but still scared of me, I was like, I don't know. Like, this is the easy part. This dog is like the less threatening of like moral dilemmas I have right now, and I'm not prepared for what comes next.
Yeah, that set a big tone of like, oh, everything we see here is gonna be fucked. Just like so fucked, like unimaginably fucked.
Yep.
Well, and like when we were making the decision to fight the deaf dogs, like when they didn't attack us right away, and I like managed to like sort of like chill them out a little bit, and everyone was like, "So we have to kill these things, right?" I was just kind of like, as Puck, I was just kind of like, I really don't want to fight these things. Like, just they haven't hurt us yet. Why?
I saw
that was like, yeah, that was. I think we went against our instincts there and attacked those dogs because our instinct was to just be like, listen, we'll just walk by them. If they bite us, then we fight them because we're stupid like that.
Oh man.
We have, here's the thing, we have morals, just no survival instinct.
Well,
Really, though.
that's I think we do have survival instinct because we all go like, well, this is stupid and dangerous, but we do it anyway, which I think is the definition of bravery.
Technically, yeah, I think that might actually be it.
Sarifa's gonna be fucking pissed if I come back and I'm drained of blood, and she's gonna be like, okay, what the fuck? Like, who have you been seeing that did this?
You cheating on me?
Who else is sucking your blood, you son of a bitch? Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
There's still like, yeah, I think what I most wanted out of coming down here is that information in that journal that I can't read. which is sad.
There is more to glean from that journal. Just so you guys know, I'll have a more complete like what is all encompassed in that journal for next
I
week.
really need to know how he maintained control over all of those people.
I mean, and also like, so we started on the right half. Like, presumably there's maybe like a whole nother half to the dungeon. Like, was this the bad half? Was this the better half? I don't know. Are we gonna be
Did we
alive
just choose
enough?
the easy path?
Like, are we gonna be alive
I feel
enough
like
to encounter the other
I feel
side?
like we mainlined it.
Well,
We didn't like because that we found the big door.
yeah, and
Unless straight is where the actual big monster is, and then we're fucked.
well, here's the thing. There were 2 guard dogs down this path and only 1 guard dog down the other path. So, by rule of video games, the more guards there are is the way you're supposed to go.
Yeah, go towards the enemies. That makes sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then the other way is the slightly less important but still relevant stuff. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
I have
I got that helmet
there's like 3 things I want to
and that
do
wind chime.
in that moment. Oh God.
Yeah. It's gonna well, you know what? Starting with combat next week is gonna be fun.
I mean, like,
yeah, you know, it'll get you guys in the mood.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if I want to like save what I'm planning to do for next time, or if I like, because it's just, God, there's just so many things. I have 3
is true,
actions I
Alex.
want to do as a part of one action because they're all linked.
Victor
I
also
I
has
am
no
carrying
pants.
a ton of shit. I have shorts.
Yeah, shorts.
And I have 6 potions that I don't know what they do, and I have a helmet that I don't know what it does. I think I have a couple of books that I can't read because they're in Dwarvish.
You got like a couple pockets full of potions. That'll be nice.
Yeah.
So Liz asks, since being morally good is leading the party into trouble, do you think this will change anyone's character, maybe transition from good to neutral? No spoilers, Warren. What? Oh, okay, just in regards to what I'm doing. Okay. All right, I'll bite my tongue.
I think it very well could. It's if anything, I don't know that it's I feel it is maybe transitioning me to the opposite. I started Victor as like a true neutral, sort of impartial person. And I feel myself pulling towards more neutral good. Because because I'm like inspired by the group and their selflessness.
Dude, Puck's got mad selflessness.
Yeah. Like I truly Victor is like a fucking pirate. Like he's not like he listen, they were Robin Hood ass good pirates, his pirates. Like they weren't fucking cutthroats, but they're still pirates.
I mean, a pirate is a pirate at the end of the day, even if you're Johnny Depp.
Yeah, a pirate a pirate like wouldn't leave that gold for the orcs, but I can feel myself falling away from that immediately. Because
Dude, that
like
was so selfless. No D&D
Yeah.
party has ever done that, just so you know. 0% of them have. Oh, there's loot? We should give it to the townsfolk. They need it.
they do, right? And I
Not
mean like
wrong.
I think we already I feel like we already have such a strong pull to good, to doing good. I a few weeks ago asked the party like, why are we doing this? Like, why do you want to go out? What do you want to like be remembered by? And everyone was like, I just want to do good and help people who need help. And that was like, I think like a turning point for Victor of like, okay, let's try that. Let's see how that goes. And so far, it has gone very bad. But I still think like I think the will of our party is really strong. Like I think even if we are fucking broken ass people by the end of it, our mission will remain the same.
I mean, you guys have done good stuff, like so much good stuff that I don't think you give yourself credit for. Like you saved a boy alone in the woods. Like you saved his life, you know. You managed to help an orc village find a permanent settlement. Mind you, it was at the cost of a lot of life, but you did it, you know? Like that's I think the thing with being a good party is that you may not be receiving these boons and it may be hard, but you are doing things, you're doing good by other people. And I think that's what being like a good party does.
Well, and like the struggle of morally good is always going to be like you feel the failure way harder when you're more invested in a good outcome. You know, I think back to the cops, and it's like, yeah, if we had to we had to murk so many guards
Yeah.
sometimes, just regular dudes doing their
Yep.
jobs, and we
Just
killed
guys.
so many of them. And like we didn't give a shit. But like if this party had to kill, you know, anyone, like even if we had to like fight those Kingsmen, I think we would have been like, they're just doing their job. Like maybe they don't care. Maybe they don't even know.
Maybe we can talk them into quitting.
And then they stab us in the gut and we go, okay, I guess we don't have a choice.
Thomas, what are your thoughts about whether or not it'll change any character alignments?
I mean, I don't know. Harold, for Harold, he comes from a viewpoint of like realism and he kind of sees things he kind of sees things more in like a moral black and white scale. Like, you know, with the guards that exploded and he cut down, it was like, to him it was, okay, we gave them a chance, they're fighting back, I'm going to defend myself. With this girl, it was, you know, she's not going to leave. And for Harold, it was like, Puck, why can't you see this? She's not going to leave. Give it up.
I think that was a super cool moment, like between Harold and Puck, of like Harold having a good heart, but at the end of the day being like, there's something wrong with this, Puck. Like, you need to see this. Like, we all see it. There's something really wrong. You should leave. And Puck being like, no, I'm gonna try.
Yeah, and it's just like Harold's not gonna fault Puck for trying, because obviously that's just who Puck is. Puck is going to try, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like, to Harold, it's like, look, you've tried the nice guy route this entire time. She has been nothing but defensive and aggressive against you. Change up your tactic here, dude. Like, either get out of the cage and we'll figure something else out, or you're going to have to forcibly remove her from this place. Like, that, to Harold, it was like, those are your two options. You either forcibly remove her or you get out of the cage, and that's just what you have to do. And Puck didn't do that. And then, you know, Puck, being the good guy that he is, you know, it's just like, well, she's in pain. Maybe if I heal her a bit, which is the logical thought for anyone. It's just like, this girl is in obvious severe pain. Maybe if I just give her a little bit of healing, because that's what's worked in the past. You know, it's just, I don't know, for Harold, it's just like, you know, some people choose to do evil because that's just who they are on the inside, and you need to be able to pick those people out in a crowd, because that's how he's survived. That's just how he's lived his life. And you know, I think the party is going to slightly change him in his morals of what we can do for other people, but not in the sense of, you know, oh, everyone deserves a chance, everyone is good, everyone can be, you know, a good guy. It's going to be like, well, okay, all these people are bad, how do we protect everyone else from them? You know, how do we defend the others? And I think, and for Harold, it's, I'm excited to see how this changes Puck, in all honesty, because, you know, for the past 3 days and even last session, or, you know, 2 sessions ago or whatever, when Puck had his sort of just like mental break of, Apollo, what the fuck did you do to me? You gave me these powers and I can't help anyone. It's just been this constant cycle of Puck trying to save someone and failing, and trying to help someone and failing, and trying
And
to defend
sometimes succeeding.
someone.
And
And
sometimes
yeah,
succeeding.
sometimes succeeding, sure, but you know, the amount of times that, you know, Puck has been betrayed because of his good heart and his wanting to help someone. I'm interested to see when Puck snaps, when that heart goes, no, no more. I'm waiting to see when Puck starts to develop trust issues. Really.
There's a lot to unpack there. In regards to what you said, in regards to what chat is talking about, there's a lot. I guess, like, in regards to what you were saying, Thomas, about how Harold was recognizing this moment of, like, you know, something's off, you just need to leave or switch up tactics or whatever else. Like, part of Puck knew that you were right, like, that he was, like, not equipped to, like, fully do anything here, but he was going to be damned if he wasn't going to do at least something to help this person before he left. And that was it. Like, even if he can't get her out right now, he's at least gonna do something to leave this better than when he arrived.
Warren, I gotta interrupt you because I was so happy, followed by so sad when you were like, I'm gonna take a step back. And I was like, oh, thank God he's leaving. I don't have to do this to him. Thank God he's gonna leave the cage. You know, he's gonna close the cage and then she's gonna freak out. Oh, it's gonna be great. And then you're like, and then I sit on the bed. And I was like, you fucker. Yeah, it's so sweet. That's so fucking sweet, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I think Miss Liz was saying Puck seems to have moments with no self-preservation or forethought of potential harm. Are these actions as instinctual as they seem? Are they with knowledge of the risk and ignoring it, knowing that risk and having bad self-esteem, and not caring if something damaging happens or something else? Okay, so in some situations, such as exploding bandits, I think that was mostly him just trying to, like, help out. He was just kind of like, if we can, then great, awesome. So that's...
Yo, that one was all on me. That one was 0 on you guys and 100% on me. This one's 50-50.
That was more like just, if we can, we're gonna try. This one, like Puck, the further down he went into this dungeon, the more he was like something is just off. So everything here is twisted, like, and so there was definitely a very large portion of like, there's danger here, like at every turn. And so going into the cage, like he knew, like there was just something, like he didn't know what, he knew gut instinctively that there was something bad here. And it was like, is she gonna like Hulk out like the orc? Is there something like else off? Like if we try and get her out, is the cage gonna transform her or whatever? Like, so in that respect, yes, he like knew something bad could happen. He didn't know what, but he knew that he was going to try. I think.
Dude, when you guys asked me, were there other people in this cage? And I literally went, they never last long. And y'all were like, okay.
I just assumed because it looked like the blood trail was from the cage to the table. So I was like, oh, they get dragged out
They
and
get
like
dragged to
experimented.
the table and turned into mutants.
Yeah. But
I think it's just like super fascinating. Just like the difference between Harold and Puck. Both like fresh faced, like new to the world, new to everything it has to offer, and like trying to learn on their feet. And Puck does it with such a big heart, and like heart first, and always going for the feel good and to make everyone feel good and feel better. And Harold is like, it's literally like a classroom. Like he's looking at this and going, okay, here are 3 options that I learned about in dungeon class.
Yep.
And oh, this one isn't working, we should try a different one then. And it's like, it's devoid of heart. It's not that he's a like heartless, but it is like his decision making is so devoid of emotion. Whereas Puck is like, is inseparable from his emotions, and it's just like the dichotomy of those 2 characters is amazing.
well,
it's like you said, it's the both fresh faced characters, except one's intellectual and the other is wisdom. One is book smart, one is street smart, and it's like polar opposite side of the spectrum. You know, and what they do in their actions and how they perceive the world.
so Thomas, going back to what you were saying earlier about you were interested to see like what will happen, like if / when Puck like has that moment. I feel like a big part of this, like you were referring back to the moment where he was talking to Apollo, and he had his kind of like, you know, why me, why do I have these powers if I can't help people half the time? And I feel like I was carrying some of that going into this dungeon, because it was literally like maybe like an hour ago that this happened.
Yeah.
And so going down in here, I was just
Long
kind of
day.
like, Puck still feels off. Like he's still like rocky after the previous bit. And I can start to see moments where if he did like start to change, what it might look like, because all the times he was doing like Toll the Dead, just like the visual of him having like that dark necrotic veins, and that sort of thing, I just kind of like, this feels like it's the other side. And so his like conflict with the dogs of like what do I do? Do I just command this thing? Do I like, how does that work? And so now it just feels like with this whole issue that happened in the cage, where this is literally exactly what he had just gone through with Apollo, where he's like, why doesn't my magic help anyone? And in this case, it went so far south, I actually hurt someone with my healing magic.
Yeah.
And so I haven't the foggiest idea, depending on how this resolves, you know, whether or not Puck even survives. I don't know. But like how this affects his psyche of being like, depending on how this plays out, like, is he going to come out of this after having to like put this person down with the rest of the group, or leaving this screaming monster in a cage or whatever? What that's going to do to him of like this just keeps happening. I can't help people, or like this time like I'm even hurting people without intending to, and whether or not that sends him into like a cold place. So I don't know. I have to do some soul searching after this is over to figure that out, cause yeah, it's a lot.
Well, yeah, like if you think about the time period in which we've been working in, it's been less than a week.
Like 5 days.
It's been 4 days.
4 days?
Yep.
4 or 5 days, yeah. And like, so to just like see as much violence that fast as Puck has after being in a what I assume is relatively non-violent place, it's just like horrifying.
I mean, so Miss Liz asks, does Puck think he's worthy of his powers? Like I can't go too much into the backstory about like whether or not where Puck came from, what all happened, because I don't want to spoil anything for people to find out. But I mean, like, I think there's a part of Puck that is perhaps resentful. And I don't know if that necessarily means that he thinks he's worthy or not of these powers. I maybe he's resentful of the fact that they were like given to him and he can't seem to use them. So I don't know. It's tough to say whether or not he thinks he's worthy. I think he's been trying to make the best of what he's been given in what feels like a fairly shitty situation. But I don't know.
Dude, clerics who resent their powers. Throwback.
Shout out to our clerics, having just the worst times. I resented my powers as Gibson in a much different way than Puck does. In that I actively rebelled against them. But that was my own trauma.
You know,
No,
I want to let you
like,
guys know a feel-good moment is coming. It's coming.
I don't believe you.
You guys are just in the middle of a trauma adventure. You guys are in the middle of like a really rough origin story. That's all.
Yeah, when Puck dies and Apollo like just lifts him up in his chariot and goes, "You did good, bud," and then he gets to go to the afterlife. That's the feel-good moment.
Puck dies and Apollo like drifts down from the heavens and just like gives him a loose high five and then flies away.
Nice.
Good job, champ. You did it.
I can tell you firmly that I think Victor believes that Puck is worthy of his powers. Because without ever even meeting Puck in our fucking session 0, I was like, that guy, he's special. Something about him is very special. I want to go talk to him. And Lane was like,
okay, you keep referring to this. What did Lane tell you about me that like struck you so hard?
Nothing.
You were sitting at a fucking bar.
It was a small half elf dude is helping this orc up the stairs, and his armor doesn't fit him because it's too big. And I was like, oh, there's something there. You're something.
I think, God, with everything that's been happening, I feel like there's been such a clear dichotomy between like what is like the like, I don't know, the good projection of Puck and what could be the evil projection of Puck, because it was just like literally in the same fight it was like flame reefed holy horse bolt, and then it was like necrotic bells, and it's just kind of like, that's what this is. And the tipping point is him like singing healing magic and hurting someone. So right now he's like just really in the middle, like trying to like fall one way.
Gotta
I
keep our boy
think-
on his toes.
Yeah, I think like a testament to Puck for being such an interesting and dynamic character as we just like follow his journey through what I don't like. Not in his wildest dreams could he even imagined what this would have been when he got here. But yeah, just like it's been such a joy to like watch him grow even in these like few days.
Well, that's the weird
And I
thing too,
think,
is like this character is
I
meant to just be a reactionary kind of character. I didn't think I was gonna be like, oh yeah, everyone follow me into the dungeon or whatever. It's just weird.
well, yeah, I don't know. I think there's just something like I know at least, and I think I've made this like pretty clear that Victor's feelings on Puck and the rest of the party as well is like they need guidance.
I mean, I've been casting a lot.
They are yeah, it's the best cantrip in the game. They're like three people with like immense potential who just need to be put who like desperately need to not be corrupted.
Like-
and so I
Yeah.
think that's like immediately he was like, these people are special. I cannot let them become evil.
Just like unrefined heroes that need to be like
Yeah.
tempered but kept alive.
Yes, who are like who if molded in the right way can do great things, and maybe some great things that he needs them to do. So
Oh, foreshadowing. What was that? Wait a minute.
yeah, that's an after show special right there.
Dude,
Perhaps Victor
just fill
has
out
use.
TVs.
It has a use for very adventures filled with potential for a future endeavor.
I mean, I think like emotionally and probably physically, Puck feels like the dog you half broke in the hallway. So
Dude, that poor dog. That dog got fucked up.
That poor dog. I wish I wish he would have submitted him before I broke his neck, because now it just feels bad.
He's got a lot. He's got one head and the other one just kind of like droops.
Yeah.
You can't heal him.
We saw a new wild magic surge today.
Yeah, it got a
which
kill.
that one was cool. I like that one a lot.
That one's really good.
Blinded is such a nasty fucking status effect.
Yeah, it is.
There's
Wait,
still
in
a
this
few-
in this edition, does it give rogues sneak attack automatically if they're blinded?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
any
'cause you get
attack you have
advantage.
advantage on.
Jesus.
There's still a few we haven't seen.
So who's gonna bite the bullet and take a level of rogue for me?
if any,
It
no,
might be
listen.
me.
If anything, Puck might multi-class into Bard.
That makes so much sense.
That would be dope.
Yeah.
It makes so
That would
much
be
sense.
so dope.
I was thinking about, because I like never multi-class, and I was like, I know I wanted like mainline like healing and that sort of thing, at least for right now, but I was like, I really would love to have like proficiency and performance and be able to do more of like that music healing stuff, because that just seems to fit so well. This, despite how horribly
That'd
it's
be
gone so far.
Yeah,
Victor, Daddy Victor, Talon die-ish days ago. Now Puck is one-on-one with surprise Last of Us clicker. How does a week of chaos horror death affect Victor and their protector instincts?
It's hard. It's super fucking hard. Because once again, like it's it's this feeling of like, I know we're in danger, but we can't not be in danger here. Like, obviously, fucking screaming lady behind the door is going to be dangerous, but also we have to get in there and find out and maybe take the shot. And I think what he's been what what he's been trying to drill into Talon, and I think has finally worked, is if we're gonna walk into danger and like let the fucking let the fucking enemy smack us before we just and like while we try to reason with them, at least let them smack me.
Yeah, let the meat shield take the
Yeah,
damage.
that's what I'm here for. I'm here to get smacked. I'm very good at it.
You did well today.
So when Puck entered the cell, my instinct was immediately like, well, I gotta get in there too. But I tempered that because I didn't want to spook her. And like I could see that Puck was doing something, and I didn't want to ruin it. And I think that's once again like I'm I think I Victor especially it has been like literally the last 24 hours, but I like continually go back to that conversation me and Puck had where he was adamant that he was capable and more capable than I was giving him credit for. And that I think in that moment Victor went like must protect, but then was like, no wait, let him do his thing. He can handle himself. And we'll see if that's true.
Yeah, we'll find out soon.
Oh man, there's so many things I want to do at the start of the next session. Ugh. And we'll see.
I know what I want to do.
I will also see if Lane
You have a
even lets
week
me
to
do
think.
half of it.
You have a week to think to figure out what you're gonna do.
No,
so,
I know what I want to do right now. God damn it, Lane.
Start Roll20 back up. Let's go.
round two.
I'm very interested to see what everyone's immediate reaction to this is, because obviously Puck gets attacked, probably everyone's immediate reaction is going to be draw weapons, fight this thing, but that could all change depending on turn order and who gets to go first. Because if Puck goes last, there is a very high chance we just absolutely murk her, and then Puck has to come to the realization that we killed this girl while she was attached to his face and he couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, let me stare
Or if
into her
Puck
tear-filled eyes while you shank her, you bastards.
Yeah.
Her tears are blood.
Or Puck goes
Fine.
first, gets her off of him, and maybe necrotic damage does kind of subdue her a bit, and all of us like rush in there, weapons drawn, but she's already kind of subdued, and we just terrify her into attacking us. It's going to depend on who gets to go first, who reacts, because either she lives or she dies.
I mean,
Yeah,
I just really
it's
hope
gonna-
that I get to go, like, when we, like, I get to go, like, at the top of the order or whatever, because I was the one, like, I don't know what the order of processes is, but it was, like, surprise round, I'm assuming, but as I really hope I get to be first up for trying to do something before everything else goes to shit.
Better roll that high initiative if there's ever a time. Puck.
Yeah, right, because I'm so reliable for that.
You've just been saving it up for this moment.
Dude, if you I don't want to spoil anything because this is a really cool monster, but I hope you figure it out.
Oh, great. Because I have so much opportunity to do it from here. I couldn't even look look her in the eyes before, and everything I've tried has resulted in very bad times.
We'll figure it out. It's fine.
Yeah, like you guys figured out Harold's dead.
Yeah, exactly. We'll just cut the thing off of her. We'll cut her mandibles off.
Cut her fucking jaw.
I mean, listen, if she can't bite anyone, can she drink their blood? I don't know.
She can't bite.
No, zombies. Just like The Walking Dead. If you take off their jaw and their arms, they become docile. Don't do
Is
that,
that what
please. For the
actually
love of God,
happens
don't.
in
Do
The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
boy.
That's so fucking stupid.
Yeah. If they can't eat, if you cut off their bottom jaw and you cut off their arms, they can't eat, and so they just become docile, like pets.
I hate that.
Yeah, so did everyone else. That's why they got
Okay.
rid of it really fast.
Yeah. It's bedtime for old Logie.
Oh, same here, guys.
Alright.
I gotta pee and I gotta sleep. Hey,
Wait, Lane, I
thanks
got one
for-
more question for you.
Oh yeah.
That magic circle, was that still active?
Oh, I can't tell you that.
course.
I
What
can't.
does the
care.
helmet do?
Fuck off.
If I jingle the chimes while she's holding me, does that do anything?
Dude, you gotta shove the
If we-
chimes in her gourd. Just put them right in her mouth.
If Puck puts on the helmet and jingles the chimes.
Please stop.
Well, please stop. That's it. Okay. Good night, chat. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching the show. Thanks for hanging out here in the
Bye.
after
Enjoy.
show. Love you. Bye.
See you next week.
Bye.
All right, everybody's peacing out. Have a good one, guys. Yeah. Are you heading out as well, Thomas?
I have nothing to do because I am a loner who stays at home all day.
That's fair. That's fair. Fuck, man. I don't know. I don't know.
Do you have any questions, Warren? For me, for Howard, for Harold.
Actually, you know what? I want to, if people are still in chat, because I'm not just hitting up just yet. I want to ask you guys what do you guys want to see? Not saying that that's gonna happen, because there's no predicting what is going to happen in this campaign, but with these characters, be it like Puck in the room with the cage witch, or Harold with his magic, and like getting his bachelor's degree, like what is it that you would like to see in your own vision of this campaign with these characters?
Harold getting his bachelor's degree. What a fucking image that you just put in my head.
Just like Harold there,
in a gown.
gown with the
fucking
hat.
Victor Talon and Puck are in like the front row, like the proud parents. Victor just like, why are we here? I don't want to be here. Puck is like, I'm so proud of you, Talon. I'm so proud of you. He walks across, gets his like little paper diploma, throws his hat in the air, and then he's like, all right, guys. I mean, what do we want to do next? This was all I had. I have nothing now. I don't know where my dad is because we've kind of lost contact with the tribe. Cool.
I mean, like, maybe your mom would be around too. I don't know, but like, yeah,
Maybe.
that would be. I feel like there's so many little things that would be their own like little like one-off sessions of just kind of like, oh yes, we found this person's like backstory thing, or like, ah yes, the graduation, the thing that we've been putting off for months now, or
Harold needed to pay his final little bit of tuition. That's what was preventing him from getting his bachelor's. He just needed to pay that last 1,000 gold that the bank wouldn't give him.
so this whole time he's just been paying off his student loans.
What a fucking twist!
God damn it. He's been through risking his life at the fair, all the stress and torment, rescuing people from griffins, fighting snow wolves, liberating an entire like a fortress from villains, diving through dungeons, and it was all to pay off his student loans.
The ultimate fuck you to Victor. Making Victor put up with him for all his time under the guise that it was for school. He's like, guys, I just need money. You don't understand. That's why I need the money.
Oh my god. Oh, holy shit. I mean, listen, the emotional trauma feels about right, though.
Yeah.
Oh god. Man, you know what? This is what people get if they pop out early. You miss these moments.
Oh,
Oh my god. Worst internship. Oh god. Lee, how does Talon reflecting going from near death to risky, scary situation the next day? Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like everyone. Victor seems to be just taking everything in stride right now, but I feel like the rest of us, at least to some extent, have been like, man, that's like I went through some shit just a couple hours ago, and now I'm going into this already. Like, I don't think my emotional wounds have healed enough for this.
Yeah. Yeah, literally Harold's whole plan was like, oh, my dad's here? Cool. I guess I'll get him set up with Gazdan, and maybe, because he doesn't remember, I'll tell him, and I'll like put on a map where we used to live. Maybe he can take, you know, a group of the orcs as they go clearing out and rescuing more of them. They can make their way up there to see what's going on, see if my mom's okay. And then he was just like, cool, Dad, you go do that. You go rescue Mom. You need to learn how to orc again. And he was just like,
I mean, you probably have a book for that.
I don't. You forget, Harold doesn't know how to orc. That's the issue.
Yeah, that's why he has like a how to orc for dummies.
No, look, he has to finish the self-help book first.
Oh, okay.
He can't jump from one self-help book to how to be something, you know, midway through. It wouldn't work very well. Although if things go, if we figure out what we're doing after we clear out this encampment, like say we go back to Smolenskshire, Harold knows what books he's going to be looking for when they get back to town. Harold has plans.
I mean, the only thing I can think of for Puck in regards to like what is going to happen when they get out of here, the only thought I had of like what he might do as far as like on downtime would be like if he found someone who was like a good performer, he might like try and get some training. But like that was like the only thought. Now though, I'm thinking that like Puck's gonna leave this dungeon and he's gonna have like scars, like jaw mark scars all across like his face. Like he's just gonna be like the Joker, and he's just gonna be like, "You want to know how I got these scars?"
Hey, Sarifa, look.
Yeah, no, she's gonna be not happy with me because that's one of the other things was like, should we tell someone where we're going? I was just kind of like, should we like let people know that we're going into like the probably really dangerous place, and like also, do we want to bring like Grek or Saritha or anyone else with us as backup. How is Harold feeling? Is he more into self-preservation now that he has found his missing father? Does he think that the book holds clues to where his mom is? Was mom eaten by Ariel?
How is Harold feeling? I think Harold is still on the deflective side of reuniting with his father. You know, he's still on the thought of just like, I can't deal with my father right now. I can't think about, you know, anything else. I need to focus on something that's not like a huge moment of life realization. So dungeon, great. I'm gonna focus all my thought power into this. Um, and I mean, he never really had a relationship with his father in the first place. That's kind of how I built the character, and like when I built Harold's father in my head, like I wanted, like my thought of it was, his dad was absolutely nothing like Harold. Like Harold was a product of growing up in boarding school after boarding school after college, after like his parent, like if you put Harold and his parents beside each other, they would look absolutely nothing alike. They would do nothing similar. That's kind of how I thought of Harold's father, because I wanted Harold to like not be a product of his parents. I wanted him to be a product of his school. So when Lane was just like, yeah, this is Harold's father, I had to make him kind of like him. I was just like, okay, that's fair. You kind of had to give his dad and Harold a reason to like actually seem like father and son. Otherwise, it just wouldn't be believable. But to Harold, it's like, okay, my dad is here now. Okay, that doesn't really change much because he knows his mom could handle herself. Like she would be able to take care of herself for, if need be, months at a time while his dad was out hunting. Harold, he didn't know that his dad went missing. He doesn't think his mom is missing because his mom is, human. And like, why would a human in Westgar be, enslaved or taken or anything like that? Like, humans are the predominant socioeconomic ethnic group. And so Harold's just like, okay, my mom is probably fine. Why the fuck is my dad here? You know what? He's here. Maybe I can get him to go check on mom, because clearly that's going to be a thing that they need to work out. And Harold doesn't think that anything in this place is going to relate back to his mom. So yeah, he's not like, I have to protect myself now because I know where my dad is. It's just like, I have to protect myself because that's just what I've been doing for my entire life. Nothing in his life has really changed.
Well, so I'm curious, now that you're kind of talking about your parents and that sort of thing, when was the last time that Harold talked to his mom? Because like if you're saying like, you know, she could take care of herself for a few months and that sort of thing, like how long has Harold's dad been missing? You know, when was the last time that Harold talked to his parents, or his mom at least, to the point where like maybe your mom is just like freaking out because she's lost both of her like family members and has no idea where they've gone.
Well, that kind of ties in with what Miss Liz was saying. How well does Harold know his parents? At what age did they leave his life? So I don't want to say too much without spoiling anything, but Harold's parents sent him to boarding school from a young age. You know, they sent him off to deal with school, and so he lived primarily at school. He lived there, he slept there. You know, occasionally on vacations he would come home and maybe spend maximum maybe a week at home before, you know, going back to school. And so Harold knows just like, oh yeah, that's my mom, that's my dad. My dad's a hunter. Mom takes care of the house. That's like the extent of it. That's like he never really had this like whole emotional sort of upbringing with his parents, which also probably comes into like the quote unquote lack of emotion he shows, where his brain is just so academic based because he never got, you know, a proper sort of, you know, I love you son, I love you mom sort of relationship with his parents. And so yeah, he doesn't know them very well, and like just because he left, like his parents sent him away from a young age. So yeah, he doesn't know a whole lot about what's going on. Like his mom, if anything, might, depending on how long his dad has been away, might be starting to panic a bit. Because, and I mean, who knows, maybe his mom has tried to contact the school, but, you know, if she sent a letter to the school from the northern end of Westgar, it would take, you know, maybe 3 weeks, maybe 4, like a month, just to get to the college. And that was only after, you know, maybe a month or 2 of his dad being enslaved. So like there's this like very long drawn out period where, depending on how long his dad has been enslaved, could depend on how long it's been since his mother has even inquired or questioned what's going on. Because to her, if it's only been a month, well, that's just a long hunting trip. If it's been, you know, 5 months, well, that could spell danger. Especially if no one has seen anyone from the hunting camp, from the hunting party, in those 5 months. You know, so it depends on how long it's been, really, and how much his mother cares. Because to me, they sent him away for a reason. I'm not going to say what reason, but they sent him away for a reason, and they stick to that, and that is their story. So
I don't know if this is supposed or not, but do you know if everyone in your dad's hunting party were orcs, or was it mixed?
I mean, I didn't decide that. I haven't given that any thought. I figured, you know, for me, it was just like Harold's dad is a hunter. He's probably the leader of this hunting group, who is an orc. So it's entirely possible that the rest of the hunting party is orcs, or it could honestly just be, you know, there's some orcs, there's some elves, there's some humans, there's some dwarves, you know, whoever, even though it would be incredibly odd because, you know, humans and dwarves in Westgar primarily see themselves as, you know, better than any other race. You know, there could be a chance that it's a mixed hunting party, and it's just like they all understand that this is what they need to do for survival. It doesn't matter who you are, what you look like, what race you are. It's just like, look, we work together to bring food home to feed our families.
And I mean,
That's it.
I'm just thinking as well with the possibility because your mother is human and not an orc, what that might say, because your whole thing was like your dad hunted for, you know, the army during the wars and that sort of thing, and so is that how he got, like, he's your father clearly has had some interaction with other races, and so whether or not, does that mean, like, if the party was all orcs, was the whole party taken into slavery? If it was not, was it like a bloody, like, kill whoever's not needed, just take the orcs? Was it somebody in the hunting party sells out the rest? You know, so it's just it's interesting quandaries.
Yeah, and I mean that's all stuff for Lane to decide, if he hasn't already made those decisions. You know, that would be something that he could work into his story building.
Not a question, just a thought, but was the leader of it that just how a kid sees their dad? Oh, okay. I really hope that the limit of interaction with Harold's parents comes out. How it's all through the lens of kids' eyes and how Harold adultish and reflecting back. Yeah, I feel like a lot of our campaign seems to be through the eyes of innocence.
Yep.
It's like the most horrific moments through the eyes of innocence.
Yeah.
Can you
like,
believe Ordis is dead? No, listen. We killed Ordis day one, and we're only just now discovering how fucking powerful his shit was. And we're like,
yeah.
we stopped this very early, and Lane's going to probably be like, all right, how do I continue this? How do I drum this up without Ordis? But like, seriously, like, I can't believe we killed the big bad of this dungeon before entering the dungeon, and only after the fact we're like, Jesus Christ, like, that was, fighting him was the easy part.
Yeah, like, I mean, we knew that he was doing some real messed up shit. Like, we knew that he was doing all that, but I don't think we truly realized to what extent. You know, and it's like, for how long has, like, notebooks we have now realized he's been doing this for 10 years, which means well into the war, he was, you know, experimenting with orcs and with whatever he could get his hands on, and essentially turning them into bioweapons. You know, like, was Ordis's, like, whole experimentation a product of, you know, the king and the king going, look, we need more We need more aggression. We need more firepower. Figure it out by whatever means. And him just running with that, and even though the war is now over and these weapons aren't needed, he's invested so much time and effort into it that, you know, he can't stop. He couldn't stop. Like, this was essentially his entire life's work. You know, boiled down to it was making these bioweapons and doing all these experiments. So like, if he had stopped, if he had stopped, what would he have then put all of his time and effort into? Would it have been something worse? Would it have?
There was, like, the one thing we did learn about him that was a more positive thing was, like, the tea he helped develop that has that healing property was one thing. So there's definitely, like, it wasn't always a focus on what he was currently doing, but
Yeah.
Miss Liz does bring up the point, like, do we just think he's dead? And I'm like, no, like, I feel like he probably will stay dead, but if Lane did want to bring him back, I'm calling it. I know exactly how it would work out. We literally just found a book that says, what if I transplant a brain into a different body and can live on through that? And guess what? It just so happens that his head was carried away to the capital. What if his allies in the capital got a hold of his head and then just transplant his brain into a different body, and suddenly it's just kind of like we meet him again later on, and it's just like the same mannerisms, the same creepy dude, but different body, and we're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, that could be entirely possible. It's just like, because again, we all got very on edge vibes from that Asgardian. Like, we all got like, this is dangerous, we don't trust her. And again, like you said, she just flew off with her head, and they know of what he's been doing clearly, because they said they were going to be putting him on trial for all of his crimes. They were going to be putting him on trial. So, like, clearly they know what he's been doing. Have they gotten copies of his notes? Has he been sending correspondence with someone? Is he just like the bottom rung in this ladder of abominations that people have been making? Like, after he made some of these discoveries, did he tell anyone about his inventions, about what he found out? Because, I mean, being able to transplant your body, your brain, into something else, well, that's just like, there's the difference between like clerical revivify magic and lich sort of life extending magic.
Yeah. Well, and like, yeah, I don't know. It's tough and weird. I feel like I don't feel like Ordis was in this by himself. Like, he was getting slaves from another like noble house. And so I just wonder if he wasn't just like the weapons manufacturer for someone who was profiting off of what he was doing. Maybe it's like a coup against the king, or whatever else, someone trying to seize power. But it feels like while we may have stopped like the weapons from being produced, like someone out there is going to be like, well, my supplier is dead. Like, who's going to pay for this? Yeah.
Or is it like, oh shit, my supplier is dead. Well, that's fine. He still made me an entire army. You know, were we just like, did we figure this all out and stop him at the tail end of everything? Like, was he just doing these experiments for inane curiosity? Like, he already had completed his task?
Well, like, I guess the other question is when our Asgardian heads back to the capital, what's gonna happen there? Like, because she was supposedly there to like bring this person in, dead or alive, all that jazz, and she's got the information of where they came from, so presumably she's gonna report that. You know, does that accelerate things? Does it just become one of those things where it's like, you know, like, ah, yes, thank you for taking care of that loose end that now no one knows is attached to me.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's completely valid. It's just like, did we, unbeknownst, you know, tie up a loose end for someone? Did we, you know, what are the ramifications of what we did with everyone else's plans? Because, sure, her orders could have been bring him in alive or dead. Well, it wouldn't matter if he's dead if they could just bring him back. You know, or I'm drawing a blank.
I mean, like, when we found out that there was Kingsmen in the keep somewhere, my whole thought was like, the Kingsmen who are coming here with the Asgardian are not. They're here to come here to this fort, and probably like to help whatever's happening here. I just felt like it was more Kingsmen showing up to continue whatever was happening, and so I'm just like wondering what the play is there, with the Asgardian. But of course, like, I could be reading into this. Maybe I'm reading into it too much, and that's not what Lane was thinking, but I feel like with everything that's happened, with all the fucking shit that Lane has put us through in this campaign so far, I'm like, no, every conspiracy theory is valid.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I would not put it past Lane if, you know, it's 8 months down the road from now, you know, we get, you know, we catch wind of, you know, some sort of slavery operation, and, you know, it ties back to, you know, when we go in there, rescue the slaves, but like go into the basement and there's an identical room with, you know, identical looking tools, and, you know, Ordis has just been brought back and he had to start from scratch because we took all of his notes.
I mean, like, it's not like we're gonna forget any of this, so I'm pretty sure if we encounter another room, we're gonna be like, oh, fuck. You know, maybe when we get out of this dungeon, we can go find Town's mom. Maybe she's been taken somewhere warm. Maybe it has beaches. Just like leave the North Continent for a little while, head somewhere a little less oppressive. Rescue
Fair.
some people that are grateful and don't explode, you know?
Yeah.
Do some soul healing. I don't know. It's gonna be a weird time.
Yeah. Oh, right. That was the thing I was going to mention. With
Yes,
the
we have to have a
Asgardian
beach vacation arc.
beach episode. With the Asgardian. Let's say that, you know, everything we did was what was going to happen anyways. Ortiz was going to die. She was going to bring him back, dead or alive, it didn't matter, and all that. What happens if one of us randomly just gets a message, like a sending message sent to us, and it's like, hey, we need you to come to the Capitol and testify for what you saw, for what Ortiz was doing. We just need you to come in and testify. Come to the Capitol, or we will send someone to find you. Like, I feel like if that happened, all of us would immediately go, we can't go to the fucking Capitol. We can't do that. We're just incriminating ourselves.
Oh man, I don't know. Oh man, my mind just keeps drifting back to the cage, basically, about what I need to do there. Your cousin is a creepy experiment. You're a terrifying badass lady with super special tea who doesn't agree with the experimentation. You don't want to collect his notebooks?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I thought it was weird. I was just kind of like, she only came here for this. She just needed the head. It just seemed too quaint, too wrapped up in a bow.
Yeah.
And because of that, I think right now, before we continue the next campaign or the next episode, we have to have our hot springs episode so we can all just relax. Just soak in the hot springs and have our like weeb adventure time, and then we can come back to Nightmare Fuel.
Yeah. Except Lane won't do that to us. He's just gonna continue on with the Nightmare Fuel.
But I mean, listen, I can picture it right now. Like, obviously, like there'd be so many good tropes. Like, you just throw in like Saphira in there. You have like the people who are innocent, the people who are like weird and maybe pervy. Like, it would work so well. We bring zombie Ariel along. We just like, there's a whole thing where we're like combing out her hair, and she's just like, we doll her up, and she's like, you know.
What I fucking hate the fact that Harold has a spell scroll of animate dead. Which one, he could technically cast the spell. He needs to make a roll for it, but he can do it. But he cannot copy it into his spell book. And he won't be able to copy it into his spell book until we reach 9th level. So it's like, he's gonna be walking around with this spell scroll the entire time.
A long time.
And yeah, and it's just gonna be like maybe Harold is literally just gonna be like, we go to a magic shop, I don't want this anymore, I never needed it, please get rid of it. Cause one, I feel like if Harold resurrected anybody and used them as a puppet to do his bidding, Puck would nearly have a brain aneurysm.
Man, like, honestly, this is so weird because sometimes in every other campaign I've ever been a part of, if someone is like morally questionable or just like very clearly going down an evil path, or they're already evil, there's like this whole like party like brain disconnect where it's like, yeah, this person is pretty shady, like I expect him to do some like fucked up things or whatever. But in this group, if any of you guys did like a truly like reprehensible, heinous thing, like I don't know how Puck would handle that. He probably would, like his brain would probably just break. Like, there's also this whole thing of Lane was telling me in this world, like bringing people back to life, or at least in this kingdom, like resurrecting people is like considered bad. Like once the soul has left the body, they're off to the afterlife. So resurrection is like not cool. But it's like, what happens if like he gets true resurrection at some point, and is like his instinct to like do good is to like bring back this person, and then everyone's like, no, you can't, that's heresy or whatever, and he's just gonna have like, but I can help them.
Yep.
Yeah, no, this is messy business.
Yeah, just a little bit. We definitely got ourselves into sometimes a bit of a pickle.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just a side effect we're gonna have to deal with.
Oh boy. All right. Yeah. Well, I mean, this was fun. This was a great old lovely bit of nightmare. I feel like last session I was like, all right, just gotta jump into it 110%. We got all these things to go. And this one I was like, all right, we just came off of that. I still like character feeling a bit weird. All right, and then again I have to come back like, all right, like 120%. Monsters literally latched to my face. Gotta start right there. Like thanks, Lane. Not.
Yeah, you're gonna have to watch the last like 15 minutes of the episode just to like get yourself back into that headspace.
The last 15 minutes is just me being like, this is happening. No, that's happening. Yeah, no, that backfired real big time. And me just like hearing the gears grind, being like, what do I, how do Puck respond? So yeah, I don't know. But it's gonna be interesting because it's just jumping right back in there. And I really, oh god, I hope I'm at the top of the fucking turn order for next time. I don't listen, I don't even care if I fail. I don't even care if everything goes horribly and everyone ends up murdering this person. I have to try this thing. I have to at least know.
It's gonna drive you fucking crazy until you do.
It will absolutely drive me up a fucking wall. And I like, it's tough because last week, before the last session, I was just kind of like, man, you know, like it's like it's gonna be go time as soon as we get there. So that was like playing in the back of my mind a good bit. And this week I was like, all right, just chill. Whatever happens. This is the dungeon. And now I'm back to being like, all right, all week long I gotta be like, this is the thing. There's this thing I gotta do with the thing. I gotta do the thing.
Yep. Write it down on your character sheet so that you don't forget.
Puck piercing is an eyeliner? I mean, maybe. Listen, depending on how this goes, we might have like a Puck emo phase. I don't know.
Well, I would fucking pay money to see that.
Man. Oof. Okay. Yeah, unless anyone has any final thoughts, queries, questions, or anything like that, I'm gonna stop stressing over face huggers. And oh god, there's just, oh man, it's so hard not to say all the things that I want to do, because it's just kind of like, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do that, and then everyone's like, no, keep it to yourself for a week, and you're like, you're killing me.
Yep.
But
that's how I felt when I played Zasha. There was just like, I wanna do all these things. I have all of these thoughts that I can do. Let me do them. And it was just like, when the moment actually came, they didn't feel as special.
I mean, right now I'm just kind of like, god, I need to, like, if I ever get any semblance of artistic skill, I'm going to, like, there's so many moments from this campaign I want to draw. And now there's like a whole comic strip in my mind about like Puck sitting on the bed playing healing music and it drifting over to this person, and then just like basically a moment that's like a witch from Left 4 Dead, where she just like bolts up and shrieks and then
Yep.
jumps me, and just how like fucked that whole moment is.
Yep.
If I could describe this campaign, it would be beautiful misery. Anyways.
Sweet misery.
Yeah. So, unless anyone has any final thoughts, queries, questions, or anything like that, I will probably end it off here so I can make some food and
Good choices.
maybe continue working on something before I go to sleep. I don't know, but yeah. Thank you for hanging out, talking. Everybody else who did as well. For the first little bit. It's always, I never know what we're going to unpack when we get to these streams. And this one, I thought, as we were wrapping up, I was like, you know what, we had some interesting moments, but I don't think there's like anything too crazy to talk about. And then that happened at the very end. I thought we were just gonna talk about like a little bit of Stockholm syndrome and the difficulties of trying to like approach a wounded animal, and then we're like, nah, this just got bumped up way fucking harder than that.
Yep. The fact that the thing even had Stockholm syndrome was just like the cherry on top of this horror Sunday.
I mean, Lane did keep warning us that there was going to be some dark stuff coming up, and I was like, ah, yes, this is what he was warning us for like 3 sessions about.
Yeah. But regardless, we'll have to deal with it, and if we don't, Puck's gonna die.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yep, no. You'll kill me, broke me? Which moment was this?
What?
Lee was just saying, quotations, you'll kill me, broke me. I'm trying to, what moment was that?
Oh, when she was begging to, when you were just like, I'll help you, I can help you, I'll heal you.
Oh yeah.
And she was like, you'll kill me? You'll just kill me? You'll put me out of my misery? Because that's honestly, like, to Harold, it was just like, dude, she has severe Stockholm syndrome. She's not gonna leave, and she is essentially begging you to mercy kill her right now. If that doesn't scream, get your ass out of there, dude, come on.
Yeah, that hurt to listen to. Like, as Puck, he was just kind of like, I can't. Like, the more he listened, the more he was like, I cannot leave this. I have to do something about this. Which is, of course, what everyone is just kind of like, no, get out, stop, what are you doing, you fool? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, great, lovely times. Beautiful misery and Harold's student loans and graduations. That is what tonight has been. So,
yep.
Thanks everybody for coming by, checking out the stream and all that jazz. I do really appreciate everyone hanging out, asking questions and talking. It's always a good time. We'll be back next week with more of this. Whatever this is, we'll be back with more of it. So if that's what you like, you sick fucks, then we got you covered. Otherwise, I'll be back on Friday. It sounds like I'm going to be playing some Valheim with friends. I've never touched the game, but I'm told it's like a Viking survival exploration game sort of thing. We'll see what that's about. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm not going to belabor this too much. If you guys enjoyed this and you want to see more of this, then please be sure to follow or subscribe or whatever your heart desires. The links would normally be playing in a little thingy above, but they're in the descriptions and all that jazz. And for those who are asking about like talking to us and all that jazz, both myself and Randolph have Discord servers. So please, if you haven't already, join us. We'd love to have you. We'd love to chat and share memes and food pics and pet pics and all that jazz. We really would. Yeah, that's it. Thanks everybody. Hope you guys have a good night, a good rest of your week. I'll see some of you guys Friday. Otherwise, peace out, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
And we outie.